Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Pokemon, the podcast where we talk about everything and anything Pokemon. And 'tis the season to apparently be shopping already for Christmas apparel and decor on Pokemon Center website because we apparently always skip Thanksgiving. Sorry, slight bit of a rant. I don't like the fact that we skip Thanksgiving because it's a very important day, at least for most people, right? Like, it is a good day. I mean, I don't want to use the word excuse, but like, if at all times throughout the year you don't get together with family, Thanksgiving would be like the day to do it, right? Kind of form Thanksgiving traditions. Like for me, it's a big deal for me and my family to get together, have a nice, we have like the Thanksgiving lunch, and then we do like a Star Wars movie marathon right after the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade. So, you know, that's just a tradition of ours. As far as I can remember, that's what we've always done. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it breaks my heart a little bit that as soon as Halloween ended, immediately everything at the stores turned right into Christmas. Well, to be fair, there was already like Christmas shopping stuff since like, oh man, I want to say since like late September, early October, like they started kind of putting slowly up some Christmas stuff, but now it's in full force. Like Christmas is everywhere, especially on the Pokemon Center website where there's a bunch of Christmas stuff. But we will talk about that later. There's three things. I mean, well, there's a lot of things to talk about, but I'm just gonna stick to three main things, and again, I'll kind of slowly catch up with some news because at some point, Pokemon's got to slow down in the news. Like, right? There's got to be some point where there's like nothing. I would say in between like now and when Diamond and Pearl comes out, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of news, especially with one of the things we're going to talk about a delay of an upcoming mobile an upcoming TCG software client that's supposed to be released. So we'll touch on that in just a second. But like I said, I would assume that things are going to kind of die down for a little bit, so I'll be able to catch up on some stuff. But there's three things, like I said, I want to talk about in this episode. We're going to talk first about the Tcg Live Delay. Then we'll talk about the Pokemon Center website and all of its Christmas goodies. And since I am recording this kind of at the right time here, we're going to talk a little bit about the new update for Pokemon Unite. We have a new battle pass. It's a new season, so new ranking and everything. And there's already seems to be some kind of like mixed reactions with this, at least on the social media side of things. But we'll get there last. Let's go ahead and start off with the TCG Live news update. Now I'm going to read this post coming from Cerebi.net. The Pokemon Company International have confirmed that the mobile soft launch and global beta for Pokemon TCG Live, previously set for this year, is to be postponed until 2022 to provide a better experience. With this, code cards will appear as being for Pokemon TCG Live in Pokemon TCG products, but can be redeemed in Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Okay, so TCG Live, right? We all know the client. We all know there was a big announcement on Twitter, online for this. They had the teaser trailer out. They showed off a lot of the stuff. We got some info about how some of the currency is going to work. So lots of excitement for it, considering that I can't really speak much from experience because I didn't heavily use CCGO, but there was there's a lot of instability with that client, with that software, and so a lot of people were excited that we're getting a new one, and it seems to it's going to run smoother. And the fact that we get it on mobile was exciting, that we can play this on our phones, because even for me that's kind of like a big deal, because I would love to play TCG on my phone. It's just, I don't know, getting on the computer is a little bit more cumbersome. It sounds weird. It sounds like a stupid complaint, but it's like, you have to get on your seat. You got to wait for your computer to load up. You got to, open up the software. You got to log in. You got to, make sure your deck's ready, go onto a match. It sounds like a minor thing, but just having it on your phone when you probably already have your phone in your hand for 98% of your daily life there, it just makes it much more accessible and just more convenient, I guess I could say, to access it. So, like I said, lots of excitement for this. And we didn't hear anything for a while. And we knew going into the new expansion, Pokemon, Fusion Strike, we knew that the code cards were going to start advertising TCG Live. So we were kind of okay, we're kind of cutting it close here. It's not officially out yet, but build and battle decks are coming out. And it wasn't about a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, there was a announcement from Pokemon Company that the build and battle kits were kind of delayed. Like there was a production shortage, and they didn't want retailers to sell their build and battle kits for like another week. I call shenanigans on that a little bit, and I'm going to come back around to this why. But they held off on the build and battle kits. I forget exactly what day it was supposed to be. Maybe it was supposed to be like Halloween weekend, but they held off until November 6th. So okay, November 6th, that's when you can start selling the build and battle kits. I hosted one for my local shop. I hosted a pre-release event. It was pretty cool. We had like 8 players at least kind of come out, and we got to do a couple pre-release rounds, which was pretty cool. It was kind of nice to have like in real events, by the way. It was just awesome. Like we kind of like were laughing, making jokes about some stuff here and there, and just talking about Pokemon. So that was really cool. But anyway, we started opening up the product, right? And we saw that the code cards, that's right. It's Tcg Live's on there. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, but they delayed it. It's weird. So here is my like tinfoil hat theory that I honestly do believe that TCG Live was set out to be released by the time of either on the day that the build and battle release kits were supposed to be sold for Fusion Strike, or at least like maybe a couple weeks, or if not a month before Fusion Strike came out, because it just seems weird that you start promoting it, and that you kind of delay the set by a week when it's not true necessarily that there was a production shortage. Because I was hearing retailers, like even from my boss over at the comic shop, like he could have picked it up, he could have had it there, but if we weren't supposed to sell it for another week, he didn't bother doing it. And it just seems odd that you would still continue to promote TCG Live even though it's not ready to be released yet. So I really think on the initial planning of TCG Live, it was set out to be released by this time. But because of the pandemic or whatever other unforeseen circumstances, existential circumstances, big words, trying to use big words here, it got delayed. And instead of delaying, obviously, the TCG Live code cards, that's like a lot of production, right? They have to print these cards way ahead of time. So they probably couldn't. They're like, okay, well, let's at least still make sure that these cards can be redeemed on TCGO, and then we'll just delay the TCG Live software to a later date. But it just seems odd that we're moving it to 2022, right? Like, I think that's my theory, is like they were not ready, so they pushed it back. It was supposed to be ready by now, but it's not. And I think because it's set to 2022, right, it's supposed to be a soft launch in the US and an open beta for Canada. I don't know exactly how that works, but I think it's going to be ready by the time we get Brilliant Stars, which is our next expansion. It's going to be on February 25th. I really think it's going to be ready by then. At least that's kind of like maybe wishful thinking. But it would kind of make sense, right? If people start playing Pokemon Legends Arceus at the end of January, and kind of like a month rolls by, and then it was like, okay, well, what's my next game, right? Because people are ready for their next game, like within the first 2 weeks of a release of a game. Then it'll be like, okay, well, here's TCG Live, now start playing this, and that kind of holds us off for the summer until we get whatever fall game that they're going to give to us. I really think it's going to be ready by then. If February, maybe March at the latest. I really don't think they're going to hold off as much. They said the delay was for polishing reasons, which, that's fine. Take the time you need. People are okay with delays on the game if that means that you are going to give us something that looks better than what you have initially given us. Unfortunately, for some companies, it didn't work out too well. Cyberpunk being one of them, right? They delayed the game, and then the end result was still kind of a flop. But then we get games like, well, as of right now, we haven't officially gotten it yet, but Halo Infinite, from when it was first kind of released, the first kind of gameplay trailer for it, didn't look that groundbreaking. But then we got a newer trailer just recently, because they delayed it for about a year, and it looks good. It looks better. So the delays are fine. Just make sure that you understand expectations are going to be higher amongst people, and that you kind of do now have a little bit of this obligation of your product better be complete, honestly, but at least like 95% complete, and maybe some minor tweaks or whatever can be done later throughout like the first month of launch through updates and whatnot. So TCG Live, take the time that you need to update your game to get it ready. But I don't think they're going to hold it off for that much longer. But that's what's happening with TCG Live right now. You can still play TCGO. You can still redeem your code cards there. You're just going to have to be a little bit more patient as we get closer to that date. Hopefully we get some news about it too, maybe sometime after the Diamond and Pearl remix gets released, but we shall see. Alright, on to the second bit of things to talk about. It is Christmas at the Pokemon Center. Literally November 1st, right? Because I think that was Monday. They dropped a whole slew of Christmas product, and I don't think this is all of it either. I'm pretty sure there's more coming, but there's ranging from clothes to figures to reefs. Like, what was kind of cool though was that I think I mentioned this before in one of the episodes, maybe last episode or the episode before that, right? We kind of got the tease of like it's going to be a Christmas under the sea theme, and they had like the Manaphy, they had the Mantike and everything there. Like there was some Christmas stuff that actually has not shown up on the Pokemon Center website, but what has dropped on the Pokemon Center website, I'll kind of go in somewhat of an order here, but on the list, if you go to page 3 on new releases, or as of the time of recording this, page 3 of new releases, we do get Pokemon Winter Wonders pillow covers. It's kind of like a very nice, like they are very much Christmas set colors. So blue, green, red, and sort of like this gray, I don't want to say silver, but not completely black, but also not completely gray either. So we kind of have that set going on. They're really nice covers, $40. So you're looking at basically like $10 a cover. They're beautiful, but I don't know. That's some heavy tax dollars from Pokemon Company on that one. Then we get some One Piece pajamas. I'm not a fan of One Piece pajamas. I love the pajamas they had last year because we did get a set. Me and my family, we did get a set of those. It was the Kanto starters with the snowflakes around them. But this time around, that's the One Pieces. I'm just gonna skip. But what they do have available is like 2 versions of Snom One Piece pajamas. There's a Vanillite, and I think that's it. Oh no, there's a Snorlax. There's a Holiday Snorlax one, and I think that's it. So those 4 different kinds of One Piece pajamas. Then we have a kind of random cutting board. It's a Pokemon Winter Wonders bamboo wood cutting board. It's got Pikachu's silhouette, or at least the face of the silhouette, all around the border. And then you have kind of just Pikachu's silhouette in the middle of it. I don't know how it represents winter. But I think it's supposed to be mostly like a serving board. Like you cut up the cheeses and the little slices of ham or whatever, and then you just kind of set it on that board and you just set it out on the table. I think that's what it is. I wonder if we'll get more cooking pieces. I would assume so because of Thanksgiving, because they're not going to probably skip out completely on an opportunity to sell some Thanksgiving product, but just call it like holiday product, because I think really Thanksgiving's just a US thing. So I think that cutting board is just like one of several kitchenware appliances. Then we do have sort of like the scarf, mittens, hat set, and then a headband as well. There's a Pokeball version. It's kind of like a red and orange tone there. And then I really like the other ones. There's a Galarian Galarian Ponyta version, which got this like pink and black going on. It's very beautiful, great for, I would say, definitely young girls for sure, who are really into that kind of thing. And then we have definitely be for the boys probably. Charizard Festive winter theme. It's got Charizard silhouettes with the snowflakes all around it. It's kind of got like this kind of pink orange tone with some blue on there. And then the other set, okay, so there's like 4 versions, right? The Pokeball, the Galarian Ponyta, the Charizard, and then we have a Pikachu Festive winter set. This one's got like a nice mix of blue and yellow. I honestly probably prefer this one over the Charizard. Not that like against Charizard, anything like that. The pink orange kind of throws me off, but the blue and the yellow really stand out. And just to get the set alone, I think, oh my gosh, if I did the math, it was like somewhere around $55 for everything, for like the gloves, the scarf, the headband, and the hat. Actually, I think it's more than $55 now that I think about it, because I don't think I included the headband. But it's expensive. Just leave it at that. It's expensive. But they are almost kind of worth it, though. Like, they are very good looking. I think the Pikachu and the Galarian Ponyta are probably the best ones if you're going to go after these sets. And then we get I guess I can go into. There's some holiday pins. There's one. What is it? This is like a 3-pack pin with Delibird, Pikachu, and Piplup. There is another one I could have sworn I saw. I think that has all 3 Pokemon on one. Let me just kind of backtrack here a little bit and make sure that I'm looking at the right thing. Oh yeah, so we have circular pins, and then there's like these figure kind of like pins, where it's not like, it's not put against like a circle background or anything like that. It's just Delibird, Piplup, and Pikachu. Pikachu's like building a snowman version of himself. Delibird's got a gift that he's holding. Piplup's wrapped up in some ribbons, something like that. So yeah, we got pins there. What else we have? There's holiday plush keychains. So there's a Chinchou, which is such a random Pokemon to use, but it is Christmas Undersea. So this Feel, which looks adorable, holding like a cane, and it's got like this top hat, like kind of like a Scrooge theme going on there. We also got a Buizel and a Galarian Corsola keychain. So very cool items. We also have some Winter Wonder ornaments, but however that has been sold out. They look very nice too, but $30 for just 12 ornaments. I don't know. I love ornaments, but I prefer like the basic colors. Nothing too like fancy or crazy, and we don't even do character ornaments, at least not yet. Maybe kind of considering it this year, but just 12 ornaments when you could probably get like 36 for like $3 or $5 at Walmart or something like that. I don't know. I almost bought them, but I held off on it. We also have this, we got 2 wreaths, but this one I think is more of this is a plush wreath featuring Piplup and Pikachu there. It's a white wreath with like blue ribbon around it. We also have some sweaters. There is a Pikachu knit sweater, a Holiday Snorlax knit sweater, a Pikachu Holiday Lights knit sweater. I think it's just Pikachu holding Christmas lights. There's a Stantler Holiday Lights knit sweater, and a Snom Holiday Present knit sweater. And I think I said the Snorlax. There's another Eevee one holding the lights. Those are pretty much it. They're actually not bad. Like, I wouldn't even say like they're ugly sweater material. I feel like they're better than ugly sweater kind of theme sweater. Yeah, better than ugly sweater theme ones, I would say. And a couple of them already sold out. The Pikachu Lights one, the Snom Holiday one, and the Snorlax Holiday one are sold out. So you still got some Eevees and a Stantler left out there. And then there is the other wreath that I didn't really bring up, because this is not a plush wreath at all. This is a sculpted wreath. But what's awesome about this, it's a resin wreath that you hang on the wall, and all around the Christmas wreath are the starters of all the generations. So you have the Kanto starters, the Hoenn starters, the Johto starters, the Unova starters. You get the point. And they're all like doing something Christmas related, whether they're putting up lights, building a snowman, carrying gifts. Like, it is such a cool wreath. And we ordered one, and it came in, and it looks better in person, in my personal opinion. But there are some. It's just like any other resin figure you get from Pokemon Center, though. The paint on it looks like there's a few spots where it looks like they kind of got lazy with the paint or wasn't careful with like the detail that they were putting on there. So just kind of be wary on that when you do get it. However, from afar, you're really not going to notice it, and it's just like a really, I think, really worth getting for your Christmas decor in a house, especially if you're going to kind of go Pokemon themed there. It's only $80. However, at the time of recording, it is sold out. Now, there's never telling any, at all if they're ever going to bring any of the sold out stuff back in stock. But just keep an eye on it in case it was. It took a little while for it to sell out. I think like a day or two. But yeah, it's there. Man, they really have to have like a save for later or kind of like a market kind of feature on here, so that way people can go back to the items that they want to keep an eye on. All right, let's see if there's anything else Christmas wise. We also got the Delibird figures. Now, the Delibird Holiday Express was something that was started last year, I want to say, and most of those pieces sold out. However, this year, these 3 pieces that got released have not sold out yet, but they are very cool. I want to say that these are better than the ones we've gotten before. We have a Snorlax and a Machamp kind of crossover here. It looks like Machamp is trying to move Snorlax. Well, stopping the road, I want to say. Kind of. He's got like a stop sign there. And then there's a Wooloo, Jigglypuff, and Pony or Cubone trio going on around a Christmas tree. Then you have Sobble, Apom, and I think that's Chespin. I'm just looking at these smaller pictures. Seems to be like on a milk cart, milk canister. I'm not quite sure what that is in the background. These look nice. $40 a piece though, so it's kind of pricey. And I kind of heard mixed responses from previous ones, so it's kind of like up to you if you really want to go that far and get it. Other things, we have the Piplup Mantike plush here, which is probably the coolest of the plushes I've seen so far. And there's a Glaceon Under the Sea plush as well. And that's it for the Christmas stuff. Like I said, lots of Christmas stuff, but I'm pretty sure this is not all of it. I'm pretty sure there's more to come, because I remember in the kind of early promo stuff for the Christmas Under the Sea theme, there was an advent calendar, and that advent calendar has yet to drop. So I feel like sometime this week we are going to see more. We're going to see more and more Christmas product. They did drop some other stuff after all the Christmas stuff. There was some Eevee, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon jewelry, the charms, I guess, continuing on the charm line. We have a New Year party pin. There's two versions of the pin that you can check out there. And then they also dropped squishy plushes. Like, these are like, I don't know what to call them. I know there's like I know they're popular, I think at Costco. There's like, I think people were going for like Baby Yoda or something like that, but they're like just rounded, very cartoony versions of Piplup, Pikachu, and Slowpoke as just like these big giant squishy pillows. There's a 13 3/4 inch version that goes for $35.99 of each character, and then there is a 19 3/4 version which goes for $99.99 for each character. And then there's keychain versions of these guys, so those go for $10.99. So if you are interested in them, and I think they are really cute. The Piplup one I think is adorable. The Slowpoke looks like the dopey kind of cute that you'd want, and Pikachu is just always Pikachu. Like, whatever reason you like Pikachu, you're probably going to find that same reason for this one as well. I think they're kind of worth it, especially if you don't have like a plush or anything like that. Spending $35, $36 for one of them, I don't think that's a problem at all. Then they dropped some sleeves, and then the last kind of big thing that they dropped on here, which is still in stock surprisingly, is a Nintendo Switch Lite, the Dialga and Palkia edition that people were really hyping up for because it's very reminiscent of the DS version for the Diamond and Pearl when that came out. And it's sold out, at least here in my local area, sold out everywhere in all the stores. I did manage to get one from one of my local stores. I did an online ordering for one, so I do have one. But it's surprising that on Pokemon Center website that they are still in stock. They have yet to be sold out. So interesting kind of take there. So don't go into the scalpers, please. Like, there's already people on eBay and in all like these other third-party sites that are trying to mark these things up. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can still get it for the $200 price on PokemonCenter.com. Go there if you want one. Now, again, at time of recording, they are still in stock. All right. Now, that is it for the Pokemon Center website stuff. Last thing to talk about before we kind of head out here is going to be about Pokemon Unite. Now, finally, we did get around to getting that announcement of when the Pokemon Unite season was going to end. And at the time of recording, that was today, November 7th, earlier, a couple hours ago. And, they did say that there was going to be, rank matching was going to be down for like half an hour or an hour, something like that, for maintenance to get ready for the new one. And I don't know, because I don't normally play MOBAs or any games sort of kind of like this, I don't really have high expectations. Like, when there's a season 2, it's like, okay, great. Like, what's rank gonna look like? Are we gonna get a new character or whatnot? Obviously, there's gonna be a new battle pass. So, what is all that gonna look like? And they did announce kind of a couple of skins. They did announce some things to kind of look forward to. However, the overall announcement did not fly well for most people that I think are just really, I don't know. Like, I don't want to like talk down about anybody, but either they're really passionate about the game or they're just expecting way too much out of a game. Again, I don't play MOBA, so maybe I don't have there's no credibility for me talking about any of this stuff, but I am just very pleased with what we got. So for ranked, by the way, you do drop down a couple of ranked spots. I don't know how it works above expert class. I did not go beyond expert level 5 expert level 5. But when I started this new season, I was at expert class 3. So I just only dropped down by 2, which sure. I don't know if that's a normal thing for MOBAs or anything like this, but just kind of keep that in mind as you go in. And then they did announce, or they had like a little teaser, or not a teaser trailer, but a trailer for what their new battle pass has contained. Now, keep in mind, first battle pass, we got Pirate Cinderace. Second battle pass, we got Spacesuit Gengar. This time around, the battle pass focuses on Charizard and Venusaur. The Charizard one you get right off the bat is very kind of like a black jacket, very simple. I think he's wearing glasses too. But the main Pokemon of this one is Venusaur, and you get, it's called like the Sunshine style outfit, but he's got like this sort of like Asian kind of is it Asian or Indian kind of outfit to him, with like these robes draping all around him. He looks really, really cool though. Like this, I have said this on Twitter. Like they have knocked it out of the park for me when it comes to Battle Pass and what to expect from the Battle Pass as far as rewards go. I've loved every single rewards. I don't like to buy skins. I normally don't. But like at least if I'm gonna buy something and I get these kind of skins, like the Pirate Cinderace, the Spacesuit Gengar, the Sunshine style Venusaur, for me, it's worth it, and it's really, really cool. The other sort of battle pass stuff, I guess I can kind of gloss through here using Cerebee's site. I'm trying to think. There's you get some headwear for it. The outfits are okay. I can't really talk much about the outfits, but we did get these cool skins. Like for me, awesome. All right, Season 2 of Ranked Matching Battle Pass Season 3, right? This is the third Battle Pass. Bring it on. Let's start fresh here and let's see what happens. But a lot of people on social media are kind of criticizing, like, this is it. This is all you give us. We finished a ranked season and you got no big announcements, nothing about new future Pokemon or no balance updates or anything like that. And again, I don't know what the expectations are for this kind of thing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm sure they'll always update the game. They have always been doing balance patches like every other week or so. True that maybe they should have kind of made it a little bit more formal, seeing that ranked has ended their first season, and so now going into second season they can kind of say, hey, congratulations trainers, here are your rewards for where you placed, blah blah blah. Now go ahead and compete in ranked ranked matching season 2, and good luck trainers, or something like that, just like a little nice formality kind of thing. But not even that. And one thing I saw on social media, I can't quite confirm this yet, but apparently they took the Garchomp skin out of the random tank thing, and also out of the market, so you can't even get that Garchomp like Indiana Jones style theme anymore. Which to me that kind of sucks, because I would have been a really cool skin to eventually have gotten. But to say that, to not have said anything about that is kind of like you're kind of pushing your luck here without the communication piece. So what else have you done that we don't know about? So people are kind of wary about that. And I get it. There are certain things to be disappointed by this, but I don't think it's that as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. That's why I hate social media so much, is that like one person says something kind of that can be taken really negative, and then it just becomes like this huge snowball effect of becoming so much more than it actually is. So I would say wait till Wednesday, right? Because they always do their updates on Wednesdays. Wednesday seems to be that day. So maybe in a couple of days, we'll get probably a Twitter announcement or something like, hey, look forward to this or that. We'll have this trailer here, whatever. And then Wednesday comes, they update some things here and there, nerf or, buff up some moves or whatnot. And then, people will move happy on with life. I think that's what it just comes down to. I do enjoy still playing Pokemon Unite. I don't play it every single day as much as I used to. I kind of just make sure that I'm on pace to complete my battle pass. And then after that, I'll play some ranked matches if I'm feeling like, in the headspace for it. But yeah, I think Pokemon Unite is still a strong game. Maybe it has lost a bit of a following, but I mean that's every game in general. But I think it's still strong enough to kind of last. It's a long-term game. I think this game is going to last for a very, very long time. I almost wanted to quantify it, but I don't know how I could quantify that. Like 5 years, 10 years, who knows? But I'm glad it's still around. I'm glad it's still getting updated. And yeah, looking forward to what comes next for Pokemon Unite. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's all I really want to talk about. And of course, we'll always end this episode with the Pokedex Trivia, where I read to you a Pokedex entry for a Pokemon. You have to guess. And that Pokemon, that Pokedex entry will come from any of the Pokemon games. I'll give you a couple hints here and there, so you can kind of try to figure out who the Pokemon could possibly be. And then I'll reveal who it is, and we'll talk a little bit about its trivia if there is any. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead into our Pokedex Trivia. The Pokedex entry reads, "To shelter itself from cold, wintry winds, it covers itself with a cloak made of twigs and leaves." All right, this is a mono-type Pokemon. It has only it's got two abilities, one of them being a hidden ability called Overcoat. That might have given it away. What else can I say about this Pokemon? It is found in various forms. I'm trying to think what else I can say about this Pokemon that I'm like. This Pokemon its evolution also has different forms. I don't think there's much else I can say about this, right? Without giving away the answer. I would almost assume that it was introduced in Generation 4, so it's introduced to Diamond and Pearl. I'll read the Pokedex entry. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not much more info I can give without just kind of giving away the answer to this. But the Pokedex entry says, "To shelter itself from cold, wintry winds, it covers itself with a cloak made of twigs and leaves." Okay, I'm fairly confident you guys could have figured it out. So without further ado, go ahead and lock in your answer. The answer is none other than number 412, Burmy, the bagworm Pokemon, which has three different forms: Plant Cloak, Sandy Cloak, and Trash Cloak. And therefore, its Wormadam, its Evolved form, would also be one of those. Well, would be one of those three forms. I guess I could have mentioned that there is another evolution for it, right? Because if you have a male Burmy, it does evolve into a Mothim. So female Burmy evolves into Wormadam, male Burmy evolves into Mothim. All right, now as far as trivia goes, yeah, you know what, Burmy, I don't know, Burmy's okay. I think I've kind of grown to like it a little bit more because of Pokemon Go. Otherwise, I don't think Burmy is that great of a Pokemon. Now, we do get a little bit of trivia here, more than usual. There's like 7 bullet points of trivia. So it says here, Burmy and Wormadam share their category with Pineco and Fortress. They are all known as the bagworm Pokemon. Okay. Burmy's cloak does not change if leveled up with an experience share. True. Burmy is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 224. I don't know how relevant that really is. Although Burmy has been confirmed to have feet, it does not have a footprint. That's weird. Oh, that's right, because I remember in one of the games, does it still do that? Oh my gosh, I did not think about this. Yeah, I remember... Was it Diamond and Pearl that started it, where you have like the footprint of a Pokemon in the Pokedex entry? And I don't think they do that anymore. Do they? Oh man, I gotta really look back on that. But yeah, that's weird that it does not have a footprint, but it does have feet. Odd. Burmy has never been seen in the anime wearing either the Sandy or Trash Cloak. I wonder if that was an actual conscious choice, though. Or they were just like, we introduced Burmy. That's enough. Prior to Generation 6, Burmy's shape was, and it has like this weird snake sprite. I don't know if there's any significance behind that. The Burmy family has only been obtainable with their hidden ability in the Pokemon Dream World. Due to the closure of the Pokemon Global link, the Burmy family can no longer be obtained with their hidden ability except by breeding. Oh, that's kind of sad. Yeah, Burmy, like I said, not that huge of a fan of the Pokemon. It's okay. It's yay for different versions. I think I like Mothim better than Burmy. Oh well, that's neither here or there. Alright, that's pretty much it for this episode. Next time, hopefully I'll talk a little bit more about Pokemon Masters and Pokemon Go, because we do have the November update. We're well into November and everything that's been offering to us, and we do have kind of a big event going on in Pokemon Masters with new suits, new characters, new sync pairs, and whatnot. So I'm going to leave it at this. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for taking your time to listen to this, to kind of have this little talk about Pokemon, to kind of hear the comments, hear the rants, or the praises of what the Pokemon Company has to offer us. If you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at SpartanStrike07 on Twitter and Instagram, or if you want to write me an email at SpartanStrike07@gmail.com for any sort of constructive feedback, anything that you think you would want. I guess suggest what I should change about the podcast. I am kind of looking into going into sort of a planning phase, kind of maybe rebrand, but kind of renovate things a little bit and for preparation of the new year. So, hopefully maybe I'll come up with some better ideas and a better way of recording episodes too, so I can be more consistent in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys very much for listening. Appreciate your time, and I look forward to talking to you next week about everything and anything Pokemon.